Okay, so I'm going to have some 3/4 coming up to a first junction box, then it's going to shoot across through some 1/2 inch, another junction box, it's going to go off to a light, then it's going to drop down to the switch.
Sometimes it's better just to tell you like it is in a song. I waited long to tell you like it is. No shame in how we feel, it's the nature of this biz. We hide the way we feel, then we cover it for real. For real, love's a deal we conceal, then we build on them finer points of life together. Rainy weather was never a better reason to sever. When we would celebrate life with her. Is she your best friend? Tell her what it's like with her. Baby, it's a blur in the whirlwind, more than a girlfriend. Girl, this is urgent, forever I was searching, but you was just perfect. Never no more, groupies on tour, I gotta keep it yours. Cause girl, you's a clever and pure. That's from the souls of men who know the worth of roses on this earth. Kiss a trail down the back of your neck. Remove the shirt, put the tongue to your inner thigh. Watch it get high. I'ma underline the perks, discovering what it's worth. For us to make it work, we both gotta convert the trust to make it first. Maybe I'm a jerk, but a cool one. Maybe I'm a fool, run. Hop in the arms of this man full of charm. And my karma is strong, but I wanna right wrong, so I gotta write songs. Turning it on.
So if you ever doubt that it's for real, just know that I respect all that we build. I know I don't tell you how I feel, but this is how I feel. And I wanna know, baby, if we gon' get through the rain, and if we gon' work for another day. I know it always ends up all the same, but let's make a change for another day.
Dedication to you and your patience, for real it's amazing. I need to quit playing. I could lose what I got on the blues that don't know my gov name. Life in the fast lane, time to pump these brakes, man. Get this love straight. Be committed and pitted against my soulmate. Now that I'm whole weight, that's a dumb route. Rolling dice for some tits in the ass out. Bounce on them bounce when I'm out.
Okay, we're gonna make sure we leave enough length to get us into the panel, but I gotta land my neutral on the far side, so I'm gonna leave a little extra room on that one. Like that. So the reason I leave them long is so when you're crimping them down with the linemans and you're twisting them, you kind of abrade make marks on the end of the copper right there. And I like to go ahead and just cut that part off. It also makes for a nice clean flush end so that when you put your wire nut on, everything's the same and it goes on really easy. Notice too, I've got the switch on the right hand side. This is our doorway, so I always put light first, and like in this situation, we want light unacceptable instead of light acceptable. When we're setting up switch boxes for roughing too, you want to make sure that you put the first light that someone's going to want to turn on. So you've got a small bathroom with just light and a cart fan. You're going to want to put the light first and then the fan, because that's the order you generally turn something on. Not pinching anything in there. Okay, so I've got that wired up. Now we can go ahead and see. Got my 4-bulb T8 fluorescent light right there. So that thing's all wired up. And it just needs the cover and some bulbs, and it will be in business. We got this guy tied through with our light and dropping down to our switch box right there. That just needs a cover plate on it. It'll be good. That one needs a cover plate. Comes back to our panel. Pops in the side with an LR. And next we'll make up the panel. Alright, let's make up this panel. Okay. Check it with the hot stick. Sniff tester. We're all off. Alright, I always start with my grounds first, so let's go ahead and do that. circuit. I've already got one up to my first junction box. Save myself a little time in the future. This other breaker, I'm going to go ahead and put a receptacle right down here underneath the panel, just like a convenience receptacle. So, I did end up going and using the offset nipple right here, a little 1/2" one, into a box so I can set my GFI. And I'm just going to use another industrial cover and hook it up into the panel. Alright, so you're all buttoned up. I'm going to go ahead and turn the power on, but wanted to give you guys a shot without the dead front cover on so you can see what it looks like in here. Sorry, there's a lot of background noise. They just started the water pump for the winery, so. Alright, so I got my meter hooked up. I'm going to test the voltages. Alright, so we're at 119 on phase A, 118 on phase B, and 206 on phase C. So then the other one I wanted to show you was, kind of hard to do this with one hand. It'll be like chopsticks. Alright, so we got from B to C, if you can see that's 239 volts AC. From A to B I got 237. So that should give you guys a good idea on how a delta connected transformer with the center tap stinger phase is hooked up. Alright, let's turn some of this on. Okay, so my GFI is there. Hit the reset button. That's all good. Come over here. Test our receptacle. See what we got. 119, looking good. Now let's hit our light switch. And alright, everything turned on. Looks good. Right here, coming up. Rolling offset into that 4S box. Coming up to my junction for my light. And then we came down to our switch box.